A country without borders is no country at all. Right now, America's sovereignty is under assault. Just in Texas City alone, over 11,000 migrants have surged across the border, forcing a state of emergency to be declared. And in some Texas towns, all-time records are being shattered for migrant apprehensions. Meanwhile, in Mexico, migrants are forcing their way into Mexican government buildings, demanding travel documents so they can continue their invasion of our southern border. This is what Joe Biden and the open border Democrats are allowing into this country: chaos, lawlessness. Join me now is the host of Dinesh D'Souza podcast, author and filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza. Good to get you back, my friend. Long time. Let's talk about this for a minute. I want to get to some of the other your documentary, especially. But this is a self-inflicted massive wound that the Biden administration is inflicting on the country. No.
It is, and I think what makes it especially infuriating is that they deny it with a straight face. So if you look at Biden, you look at Mayorkas, they say, number one, the border is secure. And number two, they say, gee, you know, we got these people and they're applying for refugee status. And so there's the implication that it could be that all these millions of people are legitimate refugees, when they know full well that that's not the case. That is just the pretext. It's a way of getting into the country and being released inside the United States with a court date for which you may or may not show up. So all of this is a very nefarious scheme driven by political motives. By political motives, I mean the long-term electoral interests of the Democratic Party, and they don't mind destroying the country in order to achieve that objective.
Yeah, Dinesh, very quickly, just talk about when you bring in 5, 6, 7 million people who probably don't speak the language, don't know our cultures, and don't have any respect for our laws, as they're proving as they cross our border and break our laws. It's destabilizing to the society, isn't it?
It is. And you remember, this has been going on now in a way for many decades. And during most of this time, we could put the blame on the illegals, because we could say, hey, listen, these are people who know they're breaking the law. They're coming here. We know that their motives are to have a better life here. We know that. But on the other hand, they're not doing it the right way. I think in this case, what makes the whole thing so peculiar is that they're coming kind of at the open invitation of the Biden regime. In other words, the word has gotten out, not just in South America and Central America, but in China, in India, in Iran, in Turkey. If you want to come to the United States, don't be an idiot and stand in line. Don't try to do it the legal way. Practice your backstroke. Show up at the Rio Grande. In other words, the back door is wide open, and it's wide open because the U.S. government, the current administration, wants it that way.
You know, Disney is a great example of this. Well, if they left the back gate wide open at Disney, why spend $169 per person to walk in the front way